Okay, it's not rocket science here. We are literally going on hunches. So you're going to have a hunch for either the bottle, the horse, or the frog. Okay, this is about your love life in 2025. There will be timestamps in the description box so you can find the bottle, the horse, or the frog. Don't overcomplicate it, which is what I always do. Take a deep breath, freeze it if you need to, come back to it if you need to, meditate if you need to, but you will be drawn to one of these 3 cards. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, you chose the bottle. Gorgeous little perfume bottle, or kind of like small if you had a very, very tiny bit of wine. Okay, let's put that in the corner. And you are kicking things off, overall energy card with the Sun, which is possibly the nicest card in the entire pack. So we love this. The Sun is empowerment, but it's also a feeling of yang energy. It's passion. It's being driven. It's things being made available to you, rather than, if you think about the moon, things are sort of more hidden, more borrowed. This is direct. Direct, it feels healthy. It feels powerful, actually. Very nice. Okay, good start. Oh, hey, straight up, we get the Devil coming out for you. Woof. Okay, and this is just literally a hunch that I'm getting. January, there could be a flingaroo, okay? A flingette, a flingaroo, a flirtation, whatever you want to call it. It feels exciting, it feels sassy, and it feels quite out of character for you. So this could be like flirting with someone online. It could be with flirting with someone that you know in real life. This card is quite zippity-doo-dah. It's quite confident. It's also fire energy. So fire signs traditionally are quite confident. And I'm getting that you are not normally. So I'm not guessing that you're a fire sign. I'm guessing that you are actually more of a kind of introvert. Maybe a kind of empath. But this is an out of character meeting or connection. It's an energy that I think you are going to have available to you in 2025, but I also think at the same time, it's an energy, it's a bit like fire. It's something you need to learn to play with wisely, okay? This could lead you into toxic relationships, but it could equally lead you into very exciting relationships. And there's sometimes a fine line between the two, okay? Now, if you know that you have a bit of a history of going for the bad boys or the bad girls or whoever it is for you, just watch out with this one, because this is temptation coming your way. And it could be really good fun. You know, not going to lie, it could be really good fun. But it could... Let's take one more card for this bit. Oh, I like that, actually. We get the 3 of Wands. You know, that feels... I'm feeling fire signs now. And maybe you will be too. I like this. It does it. This is not particularly about compatibility here. It's about attraction. It's about Kundalini rising. It's exciting. It's like you've had a love potion. And like I said, you need to know, you're going to need to know where your boundaries are with this. You're going to need to know. But I can't wipe the smile off my face. I'm rather liking this. Yes, good. Okay. Someone sensible has entered the room, people. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is a very, very solid card. You know, amongst the sort of fizz and the giggles, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is, where are my roots? Where is this grounded? Is this grounded? Can it be grounded? Some of you may already be in this connection, and it's already a connection where there's a lot of chemistry, or there's a lot of something, you know. I don't know, you will know individually what it is for you. And this could have the energy of somebody you've been off and on with, or somebody you've encountered before in some way. Either way, it's a bit of an adventure. And it's thrilling and exhilarating. And you're going to learn a lot about yourself from it. The Ace of Pentacles is like a test. So there's no problem here with whether you're kind of attracted to each other, or, you know, whether there's those feelings, or when people say, well, I just wasn't feeling the spark. Well, you're not going to be saying that, that's for sure. It's just, can there be too much spark? For some of you, no, there can't. It's going to be great. You know yourself. Maybe you've just got out of something that's been really difficult, and you want to have some fun, and you want to test your own, you want to test your own flame, you want to test your own battery, you want to know. It's going to make you feel really alive. And sometimes that is just what the doctor ordered. Just what the doctor ordered. Interesting times. Okay. I feel for some of you, this is like January, February, March. It's in the earlier part of the year that this is coming in for you, either as a blast from the past or an opportunity to find out where you're at, to take your own emotional temperature when it comes to relationships. It's fun. It's interesting, and it's going to teach you things you definitely did not know about yourself before. Okay? Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles, because this is very different. This is where things become a bit real. I don't know why, but I'm getting April for this. Okay? Interestingly. Yeah. Eight of Swords. Then things get real. Now, for some of you, not for the first time, because if this is a connection you're bringing with you from 2024, this is just like if this was episodes on Netflix, it's a new season. Season 2 is out. And, you know, what is going to happen next? Who's changed? What's happened to these people? What's your story? Okay, so for some of you, this is season 2. For some of you, you're still in the pilot and you don't know whether this is going to become a thing. Okay? And I like both of those things, because I'm getting the feeling you haven't tested your, I want to say boundaries, but it's not really boundaries. You haven't tested yourself and where you want to go. Your strength, actually, is what I'm saying. You haven't tested your strength thus far. Or maybe, you know, I'm getting the feeling there's been a very difficult relationship in your history, which took away a lot of your confidence. And this is you feeling confident. You know, it's feeling like your sap is rising. It's feeling like it's an eternal summer. And then around April time, I'm getting this, there is going to be some soul searching about the stability of things. The Ace of Pentacles is always asking us, has this got roots? Will this stay? Can I build on this? And you're going to want to know answers. And that tips things into a different climate for me. Yeah. Nice though. You get the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card that is telling you about whether you can be in a team together with somebody. It's the card of cooperation. People working together to make this building. And if you think of a relationship like a building, you can't really do it on your own. It's much, much, much more difficult if you're providing your own scaffolding, you know, turning up on your own, talking to nobody and just doing it yourself. There's supposed to be some kind of a team when it comes to this. And this question of where are we going with this? Are we a team with this? This rises in spring. And for some of you, it's from a situation you've brought with you, a story that you've already known. We've had season 1. For others of you, this is when the inevitable zippity-doo-dah of the connection then becomes more serious, or you at least start thinking more seriously about it. Because this is a very strong attraction. And the chemistry here could easily have you not asking the questions that maybe you wish you'd asked, or maybe you just don't care. You know, we don't always have to get everything right. We don't always have to be completely sensible. It's quite rock and roll, this. But you know, what goes up does come down. You will at some point, and I think it's springtime, start asking that question. Some of you, you're just going to have great flirtations for the early parts of the year. And then in springtime, you want to know, is any of this heading anywhere? What am I looking for truly? What do I want? How am I going to find something that I can be on board with, where we are a team, where we're building something together quite literally? So this is something that almost like another wave just comes upon you. And you want to know, you're going to want answers to that. And that's just a different season. It's just a change. And I really like that for you too, because I want you to have that excitement and that good time and that devil may care attitude. I want you to test your boundaries, to get out there, to see what you're made of, to be flirty and ambitious and full of yourself. You know, it's a great way to be. It's something you don't do forever, but it's great at the time, and it's a huge energy and confidence boost to you. Okay, I'm going to put some cards down here. There will be an extended reading for each of these, by the way. It will be in the description box. So if you get to the end of this reading and it really resonates, we'll go off and do some crazy channeling in the extended as well. So see how you get on. Ooh, look, yes, 5 of Cups, right. This is getting really real. We're thinking about things, we're feeling things, we're feeling what we need to let go of, what we might not want to let go of. We're also getting feelings of, for some of you, loss. Let me just take another card. Get that Strength card to go with it. This is very interesting. I'm just going to hover here for a minute. So the 5 of Cups is something that is lost. January, February, March, April, May. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to... I'm not good at maths. It feels like there will be a comeuppance in May. Now this, again, it doesn't mean everything is out of the window, but you are having like an emotional stock take around the time of May. You somehow have gained power from this. And by the time you get to this, where you've got the Strength card, where you've thought about things, where you've assessed what is your own limitation, what are other people's limitations, what do you need to take with you, what do you need to keep close to your heart, what do you need to let go, you're going to have a much better definition of your non-negotiables in a way that you never did before. And I very much like that. Some of you, this is a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Most of you, it's a fire sign actually. There's just so much fire here. And I'm also getting, for most of you, that you're not a fire sign. That you are somehow getting fire by being close to the flame, which I like. And of course, this can be twin flames. Okay. Love that you get the Strength card, which is a beautiful feminine energy card. This is, of course, Leo, and the sun is Leo too. So we're thinking here, unless you're on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, which a lot of my subscribers are on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, this is a fire sign situation. It's either you're dealing with a fire sign or the whole thing has a very fire sign vibe. But this Strength card is divine feminine energy when it's in its power, and you are in your power by the time you get to May. Hot girl summer, here we come. Get on, look at this, the Knight of Wands. Oh my God, how much more fire is there? Knight of Wands is a sudden turnaround. It's somebody who has not thought something through, but kind of in a good way. They're just like, I need to say it now. I need to get on my horse and ride. Let's go. Love this for you because it's exciting again. It's not quite what you expected. For a few of you, there may have been a fling here that didn't quite work out. And then something else comes in right when you're not expecting it. Someone who is absolutely left field. Couldn't see it coming. Delightful. Really delightful. For some of you, it may be that this fling kind of floated your boat at this time, but then when you got real about it, it didn't get real with you. And you found your strength. You know what you learned from it. You know that it lit your fire. You know what you do want. You know what you don't want. And here we are with someone else coming in from the wings, but you never knew they were there. Could be somebody a little bit younger as well, that I'm getting that energy of somebody who's just enthusiastic and keen. Yeah. Oh my God, you lot with your Six of Wands. I keep getting Lady Godiva. I've got to tell you, I've got to put it out there. There's a lot of horses going on, and I'm just like, the confidence that I'm getting from your reading. Well, what can I say? It's on. And this is also what I'm really liking about this is not who you're dealing with or who's coming in for you. It's you and your entire glow up that's happening in 2025. It feels like spring and summer is a fantastic time for you. It feels like if you were online dating, that opening up your parameters, obviously, you know, I always feel the need to say with online dating, be safe, of course, but opening up your parameters, maybe a little bit younger, a little bit older, whatever it is that you're feeling, you know, your search area or whatever it is, be open to surprises here, because surprises are going to be your best friend. Six of Wands, winner winner, chicken dinner or vegan alternative. Oh yes. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Now, this is something that's just for a few of you. And it's a bit complicated for a few of you. If you're involved with someone as this reading is going out to you, okay, you have options in 2025, but one of your options is the person from 2024 coming back in some kind of, I don't know, I think they smell fresh confidence and they want to come in and see what it's all about. And I'm getting big cat energy. Oof, look at you, Empress. Yeah. You've had a glow up, and that is always, it's catnip. I don't know why I'm getting big cat energy. I suppose if I'm getting sort of Leo energy, fire energy, I'm getting somebody who has a lot of pride, who you did not ever think would crawl, or what do cats do? They sort of have that very relaxed, I'm getting a very relaxed lion kind of a way of coming back in. You may not care because your confidence is really rising here. You're very, very powerful. But if the attraction was always red hot, then that could also be in the mix. You've got a lot going on here. A lot. But it's like there are parallel lines. Your development in the Divine Feminine is huge. With this Empress card, with this power, with this Strength card, this feeling, and the Sun, that you can kind of go toe to toe with anyone. That you are desired. And that you are full of desire. I know. Chicka chicka. I mean, come on. Okay. Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. This is interesting. The Knight of Cups, woof. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I'm hearing this. Let's just zoom in on these three. Okay. Five of Swords is a bit of a dance, okay? It can be a bit of a chessboard, it can be a dance. It's a detachment from feelings, but it's also when two people are dancing around their feelings and not wanting to come out with what they need to come out with. Again, for some of you, this could be someone you already know. For others of you, this is where a relationship reaches a point where something needs to be said that nobody wants to say. Like, where is this going next? Or what are we doing now? Or what do we call this? Or what is our plan? The Knight of Cups is somebody elevating an offer. So it's there. It's already out there as the Page of Cups, but now we have the Knight. So somebody wants to take it to another level. They're like, yeah, let's make this happen. But also the Knight of Pentacles is showing you that slow and steady actually in the second half of 2025 wins the race. Okay? Slow and steady in the end wins the race. It doesn't get you into the race though. I was just going to say, fast and hard gets you into the race, but I think that sounds a little bit below the belt. Yeah, it's like go big or go home at the beginning of the year. We've got a lot of passion, we've got a lot of possibility, we've got a lot of attraction on both sides, we've got flings, we've got possibilities of it turning into something or not turning into something. We've got alternative people that you have not expected, some of whom it's an ex, some of whom it's not. It's completely left field. We've got a certain amount, I would say, around the time of July of shilly-shallying and not being sure and trying to outmaneuver each other, and just there's a little battle of wills here that I'm not actually. It's not a bad thing. It's interesting. It's two clever people kind of almost circling round something that they don't know how to say. We have slow pace with the Knight of Pentacles, but we have an elevated emotional pace. So it's coming into something different by the time we get to September. We have the sensible Mr. Plod here with the Knight of Pentacles, along with Mr. Romantic. And these two join forces. And I rather like this. It has a lovely, calmer feel to it. And I also like that the sort of red has cleared away a little here. And that this knight is here to make an offer, to offer something, to put it forward, but with the goods to back it up. And this is going to be something you're going to want to know about. You're going to want to know from about April onwards, do they have the goods to back it up? And whereas before you might have waited a while to find that out, or you may have been scared to say anything, or just too nice to say anything, you're not feeling that way anymore. And your body language and your posture and just everything about you is far more out there. And other people are noticing this too. Yeah. Get the Wheel of Fortune. Fortune favours the brave. And you're becoming braver and braver as the months go by in 2025. Ho ho ho! Seven of Swords. That's interesting. Look, some of you, there's a reckoning here as well that I'm getting, which I'm finding very intriguing. There's a reckoning here about something that happened last year, and this won't be for everybody. But if somebody was keeping something from you, which the Seven of Swords often is, you will get an opportunity to address it. Now, how you want to address it and how you feel about it, you're not going to know until nearer the time, okay? But you have the balls to deal with it. My God, do you? You're not the person that you were before. This person has sniffed that out, okay? You have interest, people desiring you, you feeling more confident, and that confidence making you more attractive. But it's making you attractive to interesting new people, but also exes and people that you had unresolved relationships with. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Four of Pentacles, I call this keep your hands on your purse, this card. The Four of Pentacles is all about you investing in you. So there will come a point, possibly towards the second half end of the year, maybe like October-ish time, probably as we go into Scorpio season, it's usually like that, where you will be making your own mind up here. It's your own reckoning. And you have a much, much, much clearer idea of what you want and what you don't want. And also, people who aren't worth your time will have slipped through the net. Some of them you may feel very disappointed about that. But you will know by this point that it was a good thing. Okay? You will know, honestly, by this point that you were right, that you were on your side. Okay? And also, only the one who can actually break through with the offer is the one that you actually listen to. Oh my God. 10 of Cups. That's pretty gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, yeah. This is a breakthrough year for you. 2025 is a breakthrough year. You Do you nail it down to full commitment? You know, walking off into the sunset? I think that is 2026. If I'm really honest about this, I think this year, 2025, is the year where you get to find out things about yourself you never knew, strengths you never knew you had, flirtations you never knew you would have. You didn't know if you would enjoy that kind of thing with that kind of person. There's an adventurous streak to this that I'm really, really loving. I'm really here for this. There's also somebody sensing your power and wanting to have your attention. But I don't know if it's for the right reasons. But you're going to know, because you're much, much clearer and stronger than you ever were before. Gosh. Woof. All that. The genie is out of the bottle, isn't it? Isn't it so? Right, I'm going to do the extended reading, and I'm going to look at the shadow side of this. I'm going to use a different deck, and I'm going to look at the flings. I'm going to look at the X, and I'm going to look at the potential with this Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, okay? Notice, you got 3 knights, haven't you? There's a lot of attention. You're not going to be grubbing about trying to, you know, fill your little black book. God, no. Your dance card will be filled. So yeah, I'm going to look into the 3 different areas, also the shadow side, the obstacles, and if there's anything else that you need to know about the other person. So we'll try and get some more details about the other side, the other person, okay? How they feel, what's going on with them, and any other details we can get about timings and any channeled messages. So that link is in the description box if this has really resonated with you. Leave me a comment, okay? But I'm loving this for you. You are not going to be bored. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. So you chose this little beauty. At first glance, you don't notice it's got all these pretty stones in it as well. And yet it's kind of carrying something, isn't it? It's pulling a weight. Even though it's a beautiful weight, it's pulling a weight. So let's have a look at the card that you got. We begin with the 2 of Swords. Now, I also got that I'm going to use this deck for you. I know, it was a very insistent hunch. So I'm going to pull some cards from this deck while we bear in mind the 2 of Swords. Now, the 2 of Swords is a really interesting card, especially as we transition from one year to the next. But even without the calendar, and even without, you know, 2024, 2025, dates, all that stuff, you're still transitioning in other ways in your love life. The 2 of Swords normally has someone in a blindfold. Very often has 2 swords that are crossing each other. And it's 2 different ways that a situation could go. And yet it's not. It's just staying still. I see the 2 of Swords as the Hanged Man, but the minor arcana version of it. There is a reason why things are as they are, okay? It's neither good nor bad. It's not moving backwards or forwards. It's just right as it is. You enter the year in this kind of in-between state, which can be very exciting because there's heaps of potential, can be very frustrating if you're already involved with somebody and it's somehow stalling in some way. And again, interesting that you've chosen this horse that is drawing a carriage, you know, that's drawing a weight, and it just feels as if there is some kind of cargo, baggage, something that needs to be dealt with. So let's have a look. I'm going to put the lovely horsey up there. I'm going to pull some cards for you. Okay, what do we need to know for the horse? What do we need to know to do with the Two of Swords? How we're in this time of... Whoa, that is a nice card to get, isn't it? Oh my God. Okay, Six of Wands. Wow. This is exactly what you would have been hoping for. Winner, winner, chicken dinner or vegan alternative. It's a Wands card. It's a very positive card. It takes you to some kind of successful outcome. Now that doesn't mean you get exactly what you want. It doesn't mean you don't. What it does mean though is that some fire enters the situation. You may have been also drawn to number 1, by the way. Okay, Six of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We love it. Tell us how we're getting there. Tell us about the journey, please. Four of Pentacles. Okay, good. Oh, and one that's fallen on the floor. Even better. Yeah, I'm kind of getting this actually. Let's put these 3 in the middle for a minute. So, Six of Wands, Four of Pentacles and the Empress. Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. This is the energy of investing in yourself. Keeping things tight, and I call it emotionally, keeping your hand on your purse. Controlling your emotions, controlling your emotional responses. That's going to be key to your success in bringing love towards you in 2025, in whatever form that takes. I think definitely, and I felt this a bit for number 1 as well. So again, I'm feeling you might have been drawn to number 1. I'm feeling very empathic energy with this crowd. So those of you that chose the horse, I am feeling, and I didn't even notice actually, and this is very interesting, that the first card that we pull from this deck is a horse. I should have probably noticed that, it being rather obvious, but I didn't. I just kind of saw the success, which is enough, you know. I love the Six of Wands. It's such a positive card, but of course the horse is there. For me, the horse is a very gentle spirit as well. I've never really ridden a horse, but just looking at them in the field, they have this very sensitive nature, and they are very sensitive animals. Spiritual, sensitive, and I would say kind of tuned in, but also they have a highly strung nervous system. And what I'm getting for you is that you too have a highly strung nervous system. There is a lot of merit for you in finding ways to calm your nervous system this year. Whether you connect that with your love life or not, it's going to have such a beneficial effect. Four of Pentacles, it normally has a guy with 4 pentacles, of course, 4 coins, and he's keeping hold of them. I think he's got one on his head, he's got one under his foot. You know, he's just like, I am not sharing. I'm not sharing this with anyone. Now, I'm not saying you need to be, you know, super bitchy in your love life, but I am saying that if you are a person who is very loving and very giving, and we got the Empress, which is the ultimate in feminine energy, and I'm getting very feminine energy vibes from this, then your head ruling your heart, at least at times when you feel overwhelmed, or if it's in the early stages of a relationship, is going to help you no end. Absolutely, woof, kick the table, absolutely no end. And the Empress is your feminine energy, but kind of exalted. So think of it as you, but royal. Your nature is very feminine anyway, but this is making that feminine power almost, it's not a weapon, but it's definitely in your arsenal. It's there. It's power. It's your power. Some of you have been caught up in a situation already where you felt you didn't have power. You felt it wasn't equal. You felt you weren't able to fully express yourself and be who you are. And I get that underneath this, you have a very kooky side, actually. You're very funny, that you have a unusual personality. I'm getting witty, and I'm getting that you can also be quite introvert and reserved, but underneath everything, that's not really who you truly are. I know. So, first 3 cards that we get, we're talking about emotional restraint, winning the game, okay? There's bravery in it, because it takes a lot of bravery not to act on your first impulse, which is to give, to reach out, to help, to offer love, to understand, to empathize. It takes a lot of bravery to not go in the direction that you normally go in, okay? I'm going to take some more cards about this because it's really important. Okay, tell us a bit more, please, about gaining back our power. There will be an extended reading for each number 1, number 2, number 3, or for the bottle, the horse, and the frog. It will be in the description box, okay? So if you get to the end of this reading and it's really resonating, it's in the description box, and it will be extended reading the horse. I know, just so you can find it. 6 of Pentacles, that's a very telling card indeed. Very telling card indeed. Oh my God, look. And you get the 6 of Cups. Wow. That means you got 3 sixes looking at these. You got the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. 6 is a really dynamic number for me in tarot. It means that it's a power number. It's a number where things are happening. You can see in all of these, there's an exchange. So here somebody's celebrating, here somebody's receiving, and here somebody's giving. Now I'm loving all of this for you. The 6 of Cups itself is a card of childhood sweetheart. It's the card of long lost love. It's the card of missing someone and the opportunity to connect somehow. It's often with a past energy, but we don't yet have judgment. So it could just be with somebody who you feel like you've known before, or you feel like you've met them before, but it literally can also be with someone you have met before. 6 of Pentacles is about receiving and learning to receive and being comfortable with, and this is an interesting channeled message for you. You've become comfortable with protecting yourself by giving. Giving is an insurance policy because you think if you give and you give and you give, you're going to get a return. And 2025 is here to teach you in your love life that the opposite of that is true. Putting yourself first, and yet at the same time remaining in feminine energy, because that is your true energy. And you don't want to be pretending. There's no point pretending. Pretending doesn't work. It wears off. You know, it's what, 2-3 weeks, maybe 3 months max. It wears off. We're talking you in your absolute heart of hearts are an empress. But you haven't practiced the skill of receiving. I feel like you may have grown up in a house which is working for love. Or you've had a previous relationship where you believed you needed to work for love. And the work that you feel you need to do is an exchange of your empathy, your ability to boost people, your ability to know what they need even before they know it themselves. These things are brilliant for being a counsellor, for being a therapist, for being a healer, for being a tarot reader, for being a psychic, someone spiritual, a teacher, whatever. But bringing them directly into your love life is something the universe doesn't want to see you continue with in 2025. And that's why we've got the Two of Swords. It's like putting you on a cosmic pause and saying, let's sort this out now. Universe is going to be throwing situations at you where you are set to receive and seeing how you fare with it. And this could be, if you're single, literally just meeting someone who right from the get-go is generous. And I don't mean they're just going to buy you loads of things. I mean generous in terms of their time, in terms of their affection and their interest in you. In that they don't want to share it with anyone. And that's important because some of you are either in a connection or have been in a connection where somebody didn't seem to want to cherish you as much as they should have done. And when you don't cherish someone as much as you should have done, you behave like it's something you don't have to necessarily guard and look after at all times. And I also don't mean that in a, surveillance kind of a way. I mean it that something is precious to you. And so you show it love and kindness. And so you want to feed it. And so you want to nurture it. You are a nurturer. But you also have the spirit of that horse. Even though it's very pretty, and it is very pretty, you don't need to be carrying this. You don't need to be pulling the past behind you. You don't need to be carting along anything. You need to be like this. And it's so interesting, and it's making my nose run. It's so interesting because, without giving too many spoilers, I got Lady Godiva for number 1. And I'm getting it for you, but not in the same, not quite in the same way. It's like a very quiet, spiritual, and also shy in a way. You're not one that puts yourself forward. Lady Godiva character. It's very interesting. Know that you are a very interesting mix as a person. And that is worth something. It's worth cherishing. It's worth remembering. It's worth giving to. It's worth receiving. It's worth investing and holding. Not letting go. Before, I would say your heart chakra was very open. And while this is encouraged, it's for someone like you who's so empathic, I feel like, and I'm going to put that up there, I feel like there does need to be a gate. Okay, let's look at that. We've got the Page of Wands, which is nice because it's the beginning of passion. And we've got the Three of Wands, which is also fantastic because it's the continuance of a passion. So we have something building here. Possibly as well, and I don't know why, we've got sort of February, March time for you that something really starts to gain momentum. Yeah. And it has opportunity. It has a lot of potential built into it. It's not potential that you have to work for, and it's not potential that you have to create. It's potential that gets better the more you shine the light back onto yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you value yourself, and the more you control the responses that historically have not got you the results that you want, but also have caused you to shrink rather than expand. The Ten of Cups, Mars in Pisces, is a very beautiful card. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's the end of the cup suit. It's like the denouement, the prize. And we've got it right under the Six of Wands. And also we have, when it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, we've got a real emotional connection, a genuine emotional connection. Something that shows real spiritual understanding. And also, I'd go so far as to say, the universe wants to balance things up here for you in 2025. It's seeking out generosity. It's rewarding you for receiving. And it's building your confidence so that you're attracting things that are worthy of you. Things and people and situations and relationships and actions that are worthy of you and worthy of the prize, which is you, by the way. 5 of Pentacles, this is going to creep in. Let's talk about this. And the Fool, I like that, okay. Let's talk about the Fool and the 5 of Pentacles. Before long, or at some point, maybe May, sorry, I always have to count on my fingers because my maths is awful. You are going to feel a strange sense that you have felt when you were younger, and look how young this child is as well, of being invited in but not wanting to go in, but wanting to do it the hard way, wanting to do it alone. In your life, you have experienced some pain where you were rejected, probably at a young age, and you somehow got the message that you were in this alone, that you needed to do this alone, that the only person you could truly rely on was yourself. I'm getting channeled to me somebody's hand there. Take my hand. And they're pulling you out of a snowy chasm, an ice. Some of you may have, and this is interesting because it came up in a love reading about a year ago, about being behind ice. I know I said we need a gate for the heart, but we don't need a wall of ice. Okay? Also, the only reason you're feeling this way is because instead of getting what previously might have made you work harder, which is maybe breadcrumbing or, you know, an up and down feeling from somebody, a hot and cold, you know, keep that whole Pavlov's dogs, you know, were intermittent rewards. That's what I'm getting. A bit of this, a bit of that, breadcrumbing. You're actually getting someone's full attention here. And that very often, if you've grown up self-sufficient by necessity, is actually more of a challenge than someone who breadcrumbs you, because you know where you are with that, and it's a game that you've played all your life and you're so desperate to win. And then we go to the Fool, which I love. The beginning of everything. The 0 card, the fresh start, the new you, the way that you are going to feel, fearless, confident and untainted by the past. This doesn't mean that everything that comes to you in 2025 is going to be, you know, giggles, glitter and unicorns. Lots of it will be challenging in your love life. There will be challenges. They just won't quite be what you're thinking they're going to be. And the biggest challenge is holding your nose and jumping with a particular situational person. The Empress is all of the queens put together. She is so powerful, but so much in her feminine energy. And you are that, okay? You are her. You've always been her. You've always been that Empress. But we are going to cut out any of the efforting, any giving to get, and any emotional understanding before people have really earned their right to have that from you. Yes, you can read people. Yes, you can divine things. Yes, you can give them brilliant spiritual advice. But they really, not you, have to put themselves in a position where they deserve to receive it, because it's a precious gift that you're giving there, and don't give it away easily. Ooh, I like this. We get the King of Cups. This is someone, particularly if you've got water in your chart, who understands you at the very, and like I said, you have some kooky features. You are eccentric in some ways, and I love this. And this person gets it. They get it. And they can tune in. I'm getting a radio tuning in on a wavelength. And then finally, here we get the sun. And what does that sun do? It melts the ice around your heart. I love this for you. In the extended reading, I am going to look at the King of Cups. I'm going to look at the person. I'm going to get times, dates, channeled messages, any other information we need to know about shadow sides, any obstacles, and also anything else we need to know about how to be successful moving forward with this person, with this King of Cups. I can't wait. The link is in the description box. It will be under Extended the Horse. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste. So you chose this lovely little frog. And I've just kind of thought of the connotations of kissing your frogs, you know, before you get to your prince, or kissing many frogs before you get to your prince. And you're like, I hear you, Gemma. So that may be a part of this. It may not. We don't know. I'm just going to put Froggy in the corner. Now, second time recording this video, but I could not lose the cards. That is the card that you started off with. So we get the sun, which of course is a glorious card. It's yang energy, it's masculine energy, it's the energy of flow and luck and health and redemption. I love this for you. It's also fire energy, so you could be dealing here with a fire sign. But more importantly, it's this intense push forward. But then I was deciding which deck to use, okay? And I was getting this slightly intense melancholy vibe for you, frog people. And I pulled the moon card. So we now have the sun and the moon, which for me as a tarot reader gives eclipse vibes. So eclipses are going to be essential when it comes to your love life. And I am going to show you, see if I can just do that. We have eclipses on the 14th of March, the 29th of March, the 7th of September and the 21st of September. And there is a bit of a blurb about it. Okay, so you can take a photo of that or freeze it and just have a look, okay? And then have a look at how they affect your sign. Do a bit of research, because eclipses are going to be big for you in your love life. I know they're big for everybody in every part of their life, but they're particularly going to be beginnings and endings for you. Now, we have masculine, we have feminine, we have all out there, we have hidden, we have extrovert, we have introvert. This feels like, it feels, I'm identifying you with that moon card. I'm identifying you again, and this has come up a lot in all three. I'm identifying with you as the empath, but I'm identifying with, and this is really weird, and some of you are going to get this and some of you won't. There's like a moon child vibe, and I don't even know what that is. So it's channeled message. So, you know, what can I do? There it is. Please let me know in the comment section if that really vibes with you. It's this moon child vibe. Okay. And the sun. the sun is the sun. I mean, it's out there, it's pulsing, it's passionate, but there's so much more to it. Oof, right, let's take some more cards and see what's going on with this eclipsey, sun and moon, the marriage of opposites. Woof. If this resonates, there will be an extended reading, as there is for all three. It will be in the description box as extended reading frog. Okay, so that's how you find it if this really floats your boat. Okay. Oh my God, this is so weird. I'm using different decks for all three, but I'm getting repeat cards in such a big way. Interesting. So you may have also been drawn to the horse, which was the second one. Just saying. We don't know yet, but kind of, just for reasons. Okay. Six of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner, or vegan alternative. I'm liking this. There is a way for you to win, but it's not traditional. Okay, it's not traditional. Six of Wands is such a joyous card. And we've got these gorgeous lanterns going on here. And it feels just a bit more floaty and esoteric than a Six of Wands would normally feel. And it's linked to this moon, this emotional feeling, bubble, I don't know what it is, wave. I want to take a couple more cards for it. The Six of Wands, of course, it's a fire card and it's a 6. So we're celebrating success here. We're celebrating something, to celebrate. It's nice, moving forward, a glow up, it's good. But what is there? Oh, yeah. God, wow. Okay. Strength. Wow. When you get the Strength card, and this weirdly also ties into number 1, the bottle. When you get the Strength card, it's calling on you to know yourself. But it's also challenging you to be yourself. For some of you, this is a pre-existing relationship or connection. I'm getting a wild ride. It's pushing you out of your comfort zone. But it's also calling you to be very fierce in some ways. God, this is fascinating. You are fascinating, froggy people. I wish I could call you something different than froggy people. Let's put the froggy up here so we don't miss him. Oh God, that's gorgeous. 9 of Cups. Okay. 9 of Cups is a water sign card. It's Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, and Pisces is a sign representing unconditional love and a blend of all the other 12 signs. And the kind of love, well, the moon is a Pisces card, the kind of love that, and it's weird, it has no boundaries, and that isn't something I'd normally recommend. That's why I'm being careful with what I say, because, and I'm also getting endless love. Manifestation is big for you. Big for you. So if you aren't into it, get into it. There are different ways people can do it. You can do dreamscapes. You can do journaling. You can do vision boarding. It's got to work for you, whatever it is. But the 9 of Cups is, what is your heart's desire? The universe still doesn't know. what your heart's desire is. For some of you, there is a fiery temptation here. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, you need to be careful with it. Look, 7 of Cups. There are good things to be had, but there are also traps that you need to avoid. And I think this is really, really important. There's something very attractive about this. I'm getting a lion walking around you. Oh, that's such a big one, as the actress said to the bishop. And it's slightly kind of like heartbeat quickening. I'm taking another card for it. Oh, I like that. 3 of Cups. Okay. You're an unusual person. They like that. You are much deeper than you appear to be. And they know that. And they're attracted to that. But there's just something here I'm interested in knowing about. 3 of Cups is about possibly being social, you know, friendships, being out there, connection. I need to take... I thought I might need to use 2 decks, and that's, I think, why I was having trouble with it. Okay, I'm using a different deck here to clarify. Yeah. For that 7 of Cups, I get the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups can be about an ex. It can be about a pre-existing relationship. It can be about a relationship where there is a soul contract. There is a soul contract, whether you know this person or whether they're new to you in 2025. There is an energy of knowing each other on such a higher plane and such, I want to say, a strange way, but it's not strange. It's intense and it's weird and nobody else understands it. Yeah, look, 8 of Cups. For some of you, this is an ex or somebody that reminds you of an ex. It just has these 2 cards. When you get them together, it's all cups, it's all feeling. We've got the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. We've also got this full moon. Look out in that eclipse in March. There's a full moon eclipse in March. Oh, this is, I'm getting the returning. This is quite a heavily, quite an ex-laden reading, interestingly enough. Ugh, I can't even speak. Tell us about this Strength card, please. Yeah, that's Queen of Wands. I'm getting fire and ice now. Fire and ice. It's like opposites, a blend of opposites. Oh, love that. And justice. Okay. Right. 8 of Cups. This is the card of someone who may have walked out on you, or in a relationship that ended, or something that ended. Okay. The 6 of Cups is a very delicate card. It's a delicate bond. It's a soul contract. And this Justice card, seeking justice, the Queen of Wands, such a power queen, and that Strength card, fire energy, but also ice. And I'm getting, can we break through the ice? God. Let me just get rid of me so I can fit some more cards on for you. Yeah, that. Three of Swords. Okay. 2025 for you is definitely addressing old wounds of old relationships, of past relationships, of some that are still in your present actually as well. It's what you want to manifest, what is your heart's desire, but what do you need to clear first? And I keep getting Moonchild. What do you need to clear, Moonchild? Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity, giving and receiving. Oh my God. The Ace of Cups. There is a way for you to break free of a pattern that has held you back. And that pattern may be already within a locked relationship, as in it's a pattern that was established with a particular person that you are still in connection with in some way. Justice is an essential theme of this. And becoming the Queen of Wands, knowing who you are, gathering your strength, being open to looking at this Three of Swords of your wounds, and somehow breaking out of a cycle where you're always choosing the Seven of Cups. It isn't coincidence you got the frog. Gorgeous though Froggy is. You can't keep kissing frogs. 2025 is a pattern breaking year for you. It's incredibly important that you balance your masculine and feminine energies. You are switching from one to the other. It could be from unconditional love into rage, or from fantasy into despondency. There's something here about being very kind of swinging from one thing to another. The universe wants a new kind of love for you in 2025. But it also wants you to do the shadow work in order to get there. And there's a heavy message here that says if you are not open to the shadow work, you will repeat the same mistakes. And this is not a blame thing at all, okay? This is not, you know, what do you think you're doing and all the rest of it. This is very difficult to overcome our entrenched patterns when it comes to love. And the universe is seeking to give you power that you have never really had before. You are this moon child, the person who is hidden light, the person who is borrowed light, the person who stays in the background. But 2025 wants to see you come out on your horse and open out to the light, to let the light in, actually. There's been some dark moments for you. Dark moments. Three of Swords is a dark moments card. You've come to know yourself. You may have done therapy. It may be that for some of you, you need to work this bit out on your own. And I have somebody around you here. So you may already be in a relationship, but the work that you're doing is not with that person. It's on your own. It's to the self. But it's also healing past relationships, while honouring and healing soul connections. It's a very, very interesting reading for you, frog people. This is the last year that you kiss a toad. 2025 is groundbreaking for you. I see somebody in it for you, and I'm getting a kind of September. And you're like, Jesus Christ, Gemma, that's a long way off. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's important for you to get this right. It's important, it's crucial for you. The eclipses are like emotional catalysts. So if you can, and didn't we have one around, is the one in September? Hang on. Yes, right. Back to the page. You see, we've got the lunar eclipse on the 14th of March, very emotional, and the solar eclipse on the 29th. You do your shadow work in March, whether you like it or not, actually. Then you are planting the seeds at the end of March. The lunar eclipse on the 7th of September, very interesting. That's around the time that someone's coming in. Whether it's someone from the past or someone new, breakout person, whatever it is. That's your time for everything you did in the first eclipses. And then the partial solar eclipse on the 21st, you get to sow the seeds for the year after. This is not a fast process for you, okay? There is nothing fast about this, and no, there shouldn't be. But repeatedly kissing frogs is not going to be your story anymore. You've got your shadow work here. I'll be doing a shadow reading soon as well. You've got your shadow work here. Some of you may already have your own methods of doing that, and that is great. We've got the 9 of Cups here, manifesting, learning how to manifest, letting loose on manifesting, letting your dream girl, you know, the moon child part of you, be guided into anything that your heart desires, however weird and wonderful, okay? And get it out, get it into manifesting, because you can use your manifesting tools in late March. It will be amazing. You have a soul contract, either with a current person or with someone from the past, and that will be opened up and looked at. If it's meant to be 6 of Wands, it will carry on. You will win. If it's not, you will rule it out. I love that you get the Ace of Cups at this end card. I love that. It gives... it's just... how can I put it? It's like a new hope. It's brand new. And I love that for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to do some shadow work. I'm also going to have a look at the autumn, the September, the autumn. I've got an autumn tarot that I'm going to use for it, because it feels like that's your harvest. Oh my God. I'm getting my channeling. I don't know. What do you warm up for channeling? Okay, if you want the extended for this, I'm just about to go and do it now. It will be in the description box as the frog extended reading. Leave me a comment. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.